We're going to talk about a couple things, but first let's talk about this watch. This is the Seiko, and I know I don't get a ton of watches like this on the channel, but this is the Seiko sur309, and you can see there with the tag, retail price $350, sapphire crystal, pretty cool, water resistance 10 bar or 100 meters. This is running the quartz caliber 6N52, and I couldn't find a ton of information on that. Usually I like to look over Esslinger, because you can kind of see like what the movement is, the quartz movement, and see like a replacement cost sort of thing, or any jewels or anything like that. I really couldn't find any information on the 6N52, so it's pretty nuts. So, but let's talk about the size of this guy and then just take a closer look at it. So if you're looking for a very clean looking dress style watch that is quartz grab and go, maybe this is a good fit for you. This is a 40 millimeter case, 47 lug to lug. You can see it's crazy thin, nice brushed and polished surfaces. The thickness on this is 8.6 millimeter from the bottom of the screw down case back to the top of the flat sapphire crystal. That's crazy thin. And you can typically do that, but a lot of places don't do that. When they take, when they have the quartz movement, they can take advantage of it, and Seiko has in this case. 20 millimeter lug width here. Bracelet tapers down to 18. Pretty much all stamped out, 2 micro adjusts. Even the links, they're split pins, where you push them through. And if you look closely, you can see these are folded links. So pretty inexpensive bracelet, hollow end links, but the watch itself is actually really cool. And you can take a closer look. You'll see that it is a very dark blue, nice polished handset there, applied indices. And then you do have a touch of lume around the perimeter, and of course on the hour and minute hand, nothing on the seconds hand. As you can see, it's ticking around. It actually hits the marks nice and solid. So it's one of those things, Citizen does it really good, Casio does it really good. Well, Seiko can do it too, and not only on their Grand Seiko, they do it on their entry level. So nice framed out date window. And it's going to be a push-pull crown, with no water resistance. So first position will be your date, and then the second position will hack your movement, stopping the seconds hand so you can get accurate timekeeping on it, and then you can set your time to whatever you need it to be. So I didn't size this. This is a brand new watch. My buddy Mimo sent this in. This is part, in case you didn't know, I'll put a link to Mimo's website in the description, but this watch and many others end up making their way sometimes over to a category, and I'll put a direct link to the category on Mimo's site, but it's called the Seiko Last Chance. So these are like watches he's just clearancing out. So, and if you click on there, there's actually sometimes, like right now, there's a lot of watches on there. So you might be able to find a good deal on a watch that, whether you knew existed or didn't know existed, take a look at the Last Chance. There's a lot of retailers, Mimo and a bunch of others, that will have categories like this, and they're not blatantly advertised right in your face. So sometimes you have to kind of go looking for them, but there'll be some sort of link on their website that you can click on, and there'll be like super clearance models or Last Chance in this case for Mimo's website. So let me see if I can charge this up as I'm knocking things around, which I need to move the lume monster out of the way because it'll hog the lume shot. So let me pop these lights off. Yeah, you can see even pretty much across the board, I have still yet to see a Seiko, if they're going to use their lume, which they pretty much only use their lume, it's going to be good lume, even on a dress watch. So even if they do small amounts, it's so much better than like any other brand out there, essentially, unless you deal with a micro brand when they start to do like the C3X1 and or whatever formula they're using. But a modern, good, strong formula of lume is the only way to really compete with the factory lume that Seiko's been using for decades now. So I think we covered everything. If you guys have any questions, I'll put, like I said, I'll put a couple links in the description, and hopefully those will answer it for you. Big thanks to Mimo for sending this in, and definitely check out his website, Last Chance. And then there's other discount codes too. So I'll try to put some in the description. But if you've watched some of my videos in the past, I do codes like certain ones, there's different margins on different watches. So sometimes, Rob 25, or even check out Bruce's videos. He'll post up links or discount codes and stuff like that. It just helps Mimo track, the value of sending in watches. So obviously it's working. You guys are buying the watches because he keeps sending them to me. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.